Hello, Commanders. Automatic Gamer here, and today I want to talk about a recent article that just popped up that I was just reading a day ago that I just found that was talking about the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy's future if he is indeed going to be the quarterback for the next season, 2026-2027. So, that's what's going to be happening on today's show. And first of all, though, when I did read that article, it was, talking about, well, most notably J.J. McCarthy, his development from where he was beginning to where he is now, that there was definitely progress. So that's something, and also how they're talking about how the draft is going to unfold, especially with not not having a GM now because we're gonna have to search for one. I think just after the draft we're going to be have to hiring a new GM, and how Kevin O'Connell is going to view this whole situation with him and Brian Flores having full control over the team and all the input with them too, and with the NFL Combine happening. I think next weekend. I could be wrong, but yeah, I do believe it's next weekend. Let me know if you guys have, if you guys know that I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, that article, it was interesting because, what I read was, yeah, KOC said he was definitely, he had a lot of positive things to say on JJ McCarthy, and like most of it or everything was positive. And I still do think he does have potential as a quarterback. I mean, I do have my doubts here and there, but I mean, I do think he still has potential, and there's no doubt that he can develop this offseason from last year, from where he was to next season. So, I mean, and that's what the offseason is for development. And, there's one thing us Vikings fans still don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about trading number 18, the best wide receiver in the NFL. Justin Jefferson and the whole Vikings organization have no interest of trading Justin Jefferson, number 18. So that's good. We get to keep the number one best wide receiver in the NFL. And I mean, yeah, so that's just a huge boost. But also, coming into this next season, because free agency is going to be happening, I think on the 6th, I think is when it starts. And who knows what the Minnesota Vikings are going to do in free agency, or if we can do anything at all. Like I said, to free up cap space, I said we can restructure some deals with some of our players that we have, or like cut guys like Jordan, like Ryan, like Ryan Kelly. We can cut Jordan Addison. We can cut, and yeah, just restructuring some deals. Then we can hopefully save up some money and try and spend if we want to. And yeah, the main focus of today is, going to be the quarterback position, because in my mind, I do have a few ideas when I was reading in that article of who could be our quarterback. But honestly, I mean, out of these guys, I mean, I think I have it narrowed down to who I would want to be quarterback, because in that article I was talking about them bringing in a veteran, with that either being someone like Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, or Mac Jones, with J.J. McCarthy at quarterback, if he was going to be. But yeah, I mean, out of all those options, they're definitely interesting to say the least, because a lot of them have very different styles and how everything goes. And I do think out of a few of these quarterbacks, J.J. McCarthy can beat out in a quarterback battle and competition. So that's good. I mean, and I mean, if I was honestly going to rate all these quarterbacks, it would have to be like, out of these five, I would have to be number five. I think the worst would have to be Geno Smith, just because of his recent play at the Las Vegas Raiders, because he has just been downright awful, and he's just not really the best, of course, as being a teammate, of course, on the field and off the field because of all of his shenanigans and drama that he brings. Because, I mean, we already have enough drama with everything that happened with Jordan Addison. So, I mean, still, I want him to be traded because I think less drama in the soccer room will make this team already better than what it is right now. Even though the strongest part of the team is obviously the defense. But yeah, I mean, I have no interest in Geno Smith because he wouldn't probably raise the ceiling. He would lower it, I think, by a margin because of not only the way he plays, but how he acts on and off field with all of his drama and how he would treat his team and the coaching staff on this team would just be downright bad. And I do think J.J. McCarthy could easily beat out Geno Smith, in my opinion. So, yeah, no to Geno Smith, in my opinion. Then, I mean, I feel like some guys on this list are going to be controversial. I mean, for Geno Smith, obviously the worst, but then I don't know because, um, yeah, I don't know what I would go for because this is where it's going to be interesting after Geno Smith. Because now I think I would maybe do Mac Jones. And the reasoning is I would do Mac Jones, obviously, in the number 4 spot. Um, one, do I think he could raise the ceiling? Potentially just a little bit. Not by much, but a little bit. So that's something. But yeah, like I said, could he beat J.J. McCarthy out? Maybe, or it could be a draw. But I do think J.J. McCarthy could have maybe a slight edge, but also could learn some things from a guy like Mac Jones because of his time with the 49ers when Brock Purdy was injured because of how he was playing on the field for him while he was injured and out of the game. So I think he can definitely raise and move the stakes a little bit for this Vikings team. But I mean, again, it's probably only going to get us to a 10-7 or 11-6 record. So it's going to move the sticks, raise the ceiling, but not really that much, if anything. So, and I do think J.J. McCarthy, given with time, he could beat him out. And then I would have to go Kirk Cousins for my number 3 spot. And Kirk Cousins, I mean, one, he would be a really good choice, and especially because he knows the Kevin O'Connell system, especially with him and Brian Flores and all the players on the team with Justin Jefferson and everyone else on the team. So Kirk Cousins would fit in, I would say, yeah, very well. But the bad news is some of these deals on these guys are obviously going to be a big factor, and especially with us being like $40 million in the hole and we need to really get to save some money here, is one, not only some of these guys are going to have huge contract deals and disputes, which are going to be a massive issue. I mean, obviously, yeah, Kirk Cousins, he's kind of like the same as what I was saying about Mac Jones, except, yeah, that obviously he knows the system, but obviously he's going to be maybe an upgrade or just a little bit of a damper over Mac Jones. But the reason why I have him higher is just because he knows the system, but also he's probably going to get us to a 11-6 or a 10-7 record, something like that. So it's going to move the sticks, but also raise the ceiling a little bit, but not that crazily, which is a little unfortunate. But I mean, it is an upgrade. But the big thing is I want to know is a quarterback competition between them two, J.J. McCarthy and Kirk Cousins. 23-year-old versus a 38-year-old quarterback in Kirk Cousins. Do I think McCarthy could beat him out? And that could be a debate for anyone. I mean, debate on if you think any of these quarterbacks could beat out J.J. McCarthy in the comments if you guys want. But, I mean, for Kirk Cousins to beat out McCarthy, I mean, obviously McCarthy's got more mobility on him, more of a better, I think, ranged arm because obviously he's younger at 23 years old, but I do think Kirk Cousins does have more of the accuracy and experience on him, but I do think still at his age and spot, I do think um, maybe given with time or potentially right now, I do think J.J. McCarthy could beat out Kirk Cousins. So, I mean, yeah, Kirk Cousins in the third spot. I mean, not terrible. I mean, in the third spot, and now second place spot. I would have to go with I would have to go with J.J. McCarthy, and I mean, I still do like him, the quarterback, the kid, and do think he still's got a good amount of potential on him. And yes, I do have my doubts, and given that because of all his struggles, his injury history, because he wasn't able to stay fully healthy for this whole season. And obviously, I think if he was able to stay healthy and played all 18, 17 games, it would be a way different story for me talking about this right now for the quarterback position, because I think it would be a little bit clearer since we would know where we are at. But I mean, for JJ McCarthy, the reasons why I'm putting him in the number 2 spot is because he's a 23 year old kid coming off an off season where he played 10 games, had a lot of struggles, had obviously some injury history, came out with some huge progress, some huge swings in the final 5 games of the season, and that was just incredible to see. And obviously, from week 1 to week 18, it was, I don't want to say a night and day difference, but it was a noticeable difference from where he was to where he is now. And obviously, he's shown a very good amount of progress, in my opinion, and that honestly gives me hope and more respect for someone of him like a kid. And another reason why I do like him at the spot where he is, obviously I do think he can beat out those others for a quarterback position, but one, he's on the line and trying to prove that he can be the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, but also I do like some of the fun and everything that he does bring to this Vikings team as a 23-year-old kid. Like this energy and this youth, I do like that he brings all of that to this Vikings organization. And that's what I do think this organization does need to make it a little bit more powerful, but also KOC, if you're watching this, you need to help out your young quarterback. Obviously, he needs a run game to rely on. He doesn't need drama in the locker room. That means trade Jordan Addison to the Cleveland Browns. So do that. Don't trade Jordan Mason. We love him. Trade Jordan Addison to the Cleveland Browns. But JJ McCarthy, he just brings a sort of like different atmosphere of like lighthearted youthfulness and fun to the organization, and that's what makes me root for him, and not just because he's a 23-year-old kid with a lot to prove, but I do like him. He does still have potential, but unfortunately I still am nervous about his future, and I do have my doubts on how his development is going to be from the offseason to next year to see if he's going to be QB1 for next year. And finally, my number 1 spot, I have to give it to Kyler Murray. And I do mean, that truly, because Kyler Murray, obviously, yes, he's playing on a really bad organization, being the Arizona Cardinals. And, well, obviously, what makes me so interested in Kyler Murray is because, well, obviously, one, I think he could really bring a really good change to this Vikings team and organization, and not only easily get Justin Jefferson easily 1,000 yards. Even though I think we know the ceiling of Kyler Murray, even though he could definitely win us a lot of games and move the sticks and everything, but he could bring a lot to this team and organization, and also the guy he grew up a Minnesota Vikings fan, so that's already something that's really good. And well, Kyler Murray, if we kept J.J. McCarthy around and still brought in Kyler Murray, he could definitely, I think, mentor the kid, and especially with J.J. McCarthy developing behind the scenes, and with Kyler Murray maybe running for 1 or 2 years, depending on the situation. I think that could definitely raise the stakes for this team and definitely bring them to either a 14 or 13 win season on the year, because Kyler Murray, I mean, again, he can be a really good he can be a good quarterback. I think KOC can really unlock potential his potential as a quarterback, especially in the hands of a good organization like the Vikings, because you got the wide receivers, you got the best wide receiver in the NFL. You got a pretty good run game with Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. You got a good tight end selection with TJ Hawkinson and Josh Oliver. And, I mean, you got a really good, phenomenal defense led by Brian Flores. So that's just absolutely awesome. And, yeah, Kyler Murray would, be a good fit here. So, yeah, that's why he's my number one pick out of these five, being the number two, obviously being J.J. McCarthy. But the only issue I have with Kyler Murray is obviously going to be that massive contract. Who knows if we can even afford it, because obviously, like I said, this roster is $350 million, and we are $40 million in the hole right now, I think. And obviously, we need to save up some money for some cap space in order to try and spend in free agency if we are going to do something like bring in a veteran, or, like I said, cut some players and restructure a few deals that we have going on right now. So, yeah, that's my listings for the NFL quarterbacks that I wanted to talk about on the recent article that I was reading for the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with any of this in the comments below. And for more off-season content, just subscribe to my channel and join my Discord. The link will be down below. And I will see you on the battlefield, Commanders.